All right, this is part two. Now after this video, I'm gonna take my shower. I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna have my get my pack of smokes, and I'll come back home and I'll watch my video. Because I'm making it a little later today, I'll just upload it and I'll watch it when I come my video when I come back home. Obviously, yes, those are my top two candidates for my movie Zanus. Obviously, my movie Zanus. Obviously, so let's say if I choose Mel Gibson over Peter, don't hate Peter Jackson. I'm saying I might choose Mel over you. I'm saying I will. I'll have Barry. I'll hire Barry Osmond to help him out to help out my team still, and I'll hire Guillermo Toro to be his assistant. Because I think Guillermo Toro is the best man to assist Mel Gibson or Peter Jackson. Peter gets the bad news. He's all pissed off from saying, "Sorry, Peter. Even though you did Lord of the Rings and you're a fancy guy, I think Mel's the right man. Mel answered the questions better. He saw Eric as a radar being. You saw him as a PG-13 being. Mel's into that gory war, and they'll have some good Christian themes and ideas for my story. Whereas you're more secular, Peter. I'm gonna choose Mel over you. I choose Mel over Peter. Peter's all sad, obviously. Don't hate Peter Jackson. I'm saying, and Mel's all happy. Okay, Mel, you sign your contract. I'll take you out to nice dinner. Within the next couple hours or tomorrow, you're gonna get your 10 mil bonus in your bank with your agent deductions and tax deductions, obviously. And what? And my team will already made a call for your hotel stay. You'll be staying in a hotel suite in Vancouver for 1 year. Who's the best assistant? Do you know anyone who can help us? Who can assist my 7 team? I know a few guys. Okay, I'll tell them with their names. I'll fly one of those guys in. I'll sign them and have them assist my 7 team with the producing calls. So Barry Osborne, Guillermo Toro, and the guy or woman are going to help my 7 team with the business calls. And Guillermo Toro will help Mel Gibson with his notes. I want to ask Mel Gibson, who is the best assistant director to help you? I'm thinking Guillermo del Toro is the best man to help you. He worked on The Hobbit. He's a fancy guy. Or if you have a name, you can hire an assistant director who help you in Passion Christ to help you with Zanus if you want. Or I can hire Guillermo Toro. Oh, I haven't hired Guillermo Toro. I think he'd be a good can. Okay, fine. I'll hire him to be the assistant director with the movie, and I'll help you with your notes. Help us with the concept arts. Help us go over the script like one, two, 3 times. And what? And what? And what? It will help my 7. Motor will help my 17 with a call too. Barry Osborne, um, Guillermo Toro, and the one man or woman who Mel Gibson wants knows to help us will help my 17 with the calls. And Mel Gibson will have the same duties as Peter Jackson, like I mentioned in my past videos. He will help me co-write the Zane script from 9 to 12. So every morning we wake up at 9, we work on the script from 9 to 12. We have two 50-minute breaks. At 12 o'clock is lunch. 12 o'clock is lunchtime, obviously. And then 1 o'clock lunch ends. And then from 1 to 5 is console arts for me, Mel Gibson, Guillermo del Toro, George Lucas can be in there help us out sometimes. The 3 console artists, and my wife, or just me by myself. We'll see what happens. And we're gonna what we're gonna do the console arts. Discuss the characters of Aratat, Ephesus, Faful, the warbling of the north and the south, all those lands in the north and the south. We're gonna discuss all that. the the clothing, the weapons, what the weapons look like. We have to discuss all that. And I'll watch movie clips. I'm not gonna watch the full Prince of Persia movie. No, just watch movie clips with Mel Gibson. That way he knows. Okay, Mel Gibson, I'm gonna take a clip from your Passion of Christ movie you did years ago. So I'm thinking something like this for the agony, some deeper. Yeah, Ivan. Ivan, if you think this agony was bad, like think of something deeper than that, Ivan. Much deeper than that for your movie. Ivan, I'm thinking of something much deeper than that. You get this music, Aratata. Whenever you're in agony, you get this music. You look up to the sky, and you speak in agony. You're sweating. The way he talks, I'm saying, and you have this scene when Aratata and his army approach the wall with their torches at night. You know what I'm saying? It jumps back to you, and it jumps back to Aratata approaching the wall like a thousand yards away. Yeah, you got this music. Yeah. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Mel Gibson will have a lot of ideas for my movie. Yeah, I can picture Aratata not being devils. Yeah, I want it to be the most scary as they can be. I'm gonna tell Mel, I'm not a fan of full CGI Aratata. I want the 50-50 balance. Yeah, Ivan, I'm not a fan of full CGI Aratata either. Whereas Peter Jackson's into CGI. Peter Jackson will guarantee to have Aratata be a full-on motion capture CGI character. Like Peter, no. I don't want the actor to have to imagine his surroundings and he has the motion capture technology. No. Have the actors wear a real mask and they act on location. I know I'm doing. And that way the Hollywood actors can actually see what these characters look like. And you're gonna get better acting from them. Whereas motion capture, they have to imagine what they see because it's all computer generated special effects, right? And so I'm not a fan of motion capture technology. I'll use motion capture technology for the crows and the eagles, obviously, but for the bats and wolves, I'm not using motion capture technology. They're gonna wear a costume and a mask, but a professional mask and professional costume, more professional than your Orcs of Lord of the Rings. And I'm gonna have the visual effects team mix in the visual effects with practical effects. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell Peter or Mel Gibson, whoever I hire. Yeah, I think it's better the actors wear a mask. The way the actors can see what they look like. Yes, get better acting. So the scene in the war and the caverns, all my stars who are in the movie who are fighting and all stuff, they're actually gonna see the actors wearing all the masks. They're gonna see the actors wearing all the masks and all stuff, as they can act better because they know what these bats look like. Whereas if it's motion capture, they have to imagine what they look like. It's all computer generated um, special effects, right? Yeah, they have to imagine it, and you won't get as good acting for them, Sarah. That's the flaw of too much CGI. You have to, you have, you have to imagine your surroundings, because what you see in the final product when you see the movie, that's not what the actors saw. They saw like some blue screen, and people wearing motion capture technology. They have to imagine. Hence why you stay away from full on CGI for Aratata and Ephesus and Fufu and all them. Have them wear a mask, a professional mask. I'm not gonna have them. I'm like Mel. I'm not gonna have them have a cheap mask like Lord of the Rings. Actually gonna put money into like good quality like masks, like demonic masks. That way they look more natural. But you add in all those hundreds of millions with visual effects, they look amazing too. Like that picture I showed you in the video I made about a month and a half ago. Yeah, I think something like that, except even better than that. It looks amazing, but it looks more natural. Have them look a bit more natural, but also amazing. Not too computery or not too natural. Too natural will be cheesy. Too computer will be cheesy too. You need both. You have to mix them both together, obviously. So Sarah. Yeah, so Mel will help me co-write the script every morning. Help me with the concerts in the afternoon. 2 50-minute breaks for both time periods, obviously. And it'll help me make the calls for the May 9th thing. Yeah, I know all the best. I know all the best stuff in Hollywood. He executive produced Passion of the Christ. He executive produced, I believe, Braveheart. He knows about that stuff. Mel Gibson will know about all the best stuff in Hollywood, and he'll help me make all the calls. Yeah, I know all the best stuff in Hollywood. So he'll help me make the call for the hotel party at the Burgess Dock Hotel. the 2 day party, and the red carpet event. We're gonna make the calls for the IMAX cameras. I'll rent a good 11 cameras for the movie. It'll cost me a good $9 million. I'm also gonna have to rent the best equipment for the cameras, the best drones, camera moving stands, sound equipment, lighting equipment. We have to rent all that. They'll make the call for the CGI's visual effects technology. I'm putting $600 million towards that, so we can rent the best computer software technology for the visual effects team to work with. The sound department, the editing department, the VFX department. We get the best stuff for the visual effects team. Obviously, to get the best stuff will probably cost me maybe, I don't know, maybe $30 million on the $600 million budget. 30, because I can get the best stuff. It might cost me maybe $30 million. Yeah, Ivan, we can get the best stuff. Yeah, it'll cost you $35 million. Yeah, easy affordable. We rent the best stuff, and you have the money going into the visual effects. So the rest of that money you pour towards the visual effects, obviously. And don't forget the leftover money I'm pouring towards visual effects too. You're probably looking at 650, 660 towards visual effects. Something crazy, man. And it'll help me with the costumes, armor, and weapons, and the machines for designing the mask. The equipment for designing the mask and the costumes. We need to rent to get like 6 machines, a lot of machines that can print like. You need to try to print a good like what, like at least 40, 50 masks a day, where you can pull off making tens of thousands in 2 years. That's why you got to hire a big like 50 team for that. Like 45, 50 team for the mask designers. 40, 45 team for the costume designers. 40, 45, 50 team for what, a workshop. Another 40 team for what, for the people who are seeing the action. You have to hire a big team for that. So you can pull off making, and that's why you gotta have them start working on it early second year, that way they can pull off making the weapons by the end of the second year. By the end of the third year, they can pull off making tens of thousands of costumes, armor, and weapons, obviously. And a bunch of masks for the extras. Some Sarah? Yeah. Bunch of masks for the extras, obviously. But massive projects like this. The Mel Gibson will help me sign. They'll help me sign all the crewmen the first year. So the people I just mentioned, they'll help me sign all those 4 groups of people. Weather workshop, mask designers, costume designers, and people seeing actors, the trained nutritionists, and the psychologists will help me sign all those guys the first year. In the early second year, he'll help me sign the stars, Mel Gibson. He's executive producer of your movie, he's the boss. Have him help you sign the stars. So he'll be the boss of my movie. After me and VJ, he's in charge of the movie. And he has experience. Mel Gibson was a boss of Passion of the Christ. He was a Hacksaw Ridge. He produced that too, I believe. He's executive producer of Passion of the Christ, so he's obviously knows how to run it. He knows how to what. Yeah, I have no worry, but I know about running a whole movie, running a whole movie project. And he takes that stress off me and VJ, obviously. And he'll be the boss of my movie. You will help me sign all the stars early second year. He'll help me sign all the stars early second year. You will help me sign all the stars. You will help me sign all the stars early second year, Mel Gibson. So the main 12 stars. Obviously, he will help me sign them. And after I finish writing the script with Mel Gibson, I don't know, 8 months go by, we finished writing the script. But that script that I wrote with Mel Gibson is not the same script that I would have written with Peter. I told you, Peter's interpretation of Zaynus will be slightly different than Mel Gibson's interpretation of Zaynus. You're looking at 2 different movies. Because Peter and all of them are going to be helping me. Peter will be helping me with the concepts. Mel will be helping me with the concepts. And they're going to have different ideas for the story. And they're going to have different ideas when I write the script. And you're looking at 2 different interpretations of my Zaynus story. The question is, whose movie will be better? I think Mel Gibson's movie will be more powerful than Peter, because Mel Gibson's into that gory stuff. You'll have Aries have them be devils. You'll put a lot of emphasis on the war and the horror of the beings, but you're not going to get as much of that fantasy feel compared to Peter's movie, like you did in Lord of the Rings. Peter's movie will be more of that fantasy feel, probably less of an emphasis on the horror. It'll still be horrific, obviously. That's my prediction for and more secular, obviously. Samsara? More secular, right? My lighter is running out. I have to buy a new lighter. Yeah. More secular, right? Yeah. Hence what? Hence Peter. Yeah. I'm who gonna choose, I don't know, man. Somebody tells me Peter is the right man because he did Lord of the Rings. He's a fancy guy, but man, somebody tells me Mel Gibson's also the right man too, so it's tough. Obviously. But once I finish writing that script with 8 months with Mel Gibson, my two story was I'll do a party at my yacht. We celebrate, we do a nice party at my yacht, obviously. Me, my wife, me, my annoying stupid wife, obviously, because I will most likely save her, right? I'm just being honest here. I can't see me starting being king without VJ, obviously. Even though VJ really pisses me off when I feel like running off. You know what I'm saying? It'll be me, my wife, and what? And Mel Gibson and my 17, we're going to have a party. And Guillermo del Toro and Barry Osborne. I'll still hire Barry Osborne and Guillermo del Toro, even if I hire Mel. Unless Mel wants a different assistant director to help him. But we do a party in my yacht. This will be like fall, I don't know, September or August. By the time I've done my script, we do a party in my yacht. We celebrate, and after that, I'll start practicing my lines in the morning. Obviously. And then in the afternoon, I'll go over the script with Mel and Guillermo del Toro. And all them all afternoon. We go over the script for potential rewrites. Going into the end of the year. And then Mel Gibson will help my 17 with some calls once the script is now done. So once the concept art the script is now done, Mel Gibson can now start helping my 17 with the calls in the morning. A little bit. Put him to work. I don't pay you 10 million bonus for nothing, obviously. And me and my wife can practice our lines at home once the script is done. In the afternoon, we just go over the script all afternoon with Mel and all them. Mel and Guillermo del Toro. Sarah? And once the concept art is done, I'll send John Hal. I'll lead all them home. Obviously. Pay them like a nice 100,000 bonus. John Hal and Alan Lee for this, so I don't know, 6 months of work. That's a good paycheck for them. You pay them their 100K. You split the 100K for the other 3 years. You can do that if you want. And have them oversee. I can have them flown to Switzerland second year to oversee the mass designers. To just oversee it. It doesn't hurt to walk around. You know what I'm saying? And constantly show them the pictures of what they look like and also oversee a little bit because they're the ones who design all the lands. And have them oversee the construction workers, the math designers, the costume designers, the weapon makers, because they're the ones who drew all those pictures. Have them keep tabs. You can do that if you want. Have them flown in the second year if you want. John Hal Allen, the one who drew Pennywise and Clown, have them flown in second year to oversee some of that if you want. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, and towards the end of the first year, early second year, I'll be flying in all the stars. And Mel Gibson has to get ready to help me sign the stars. He'll help me sign the stars early second year, Mel Gibson. He'll help me sign the stars. Early second year. He'll help me sign the stars. He'll help me sign the stars second year. And somebody tells me Mel Gibson's not as greedy and cheap as Peter. You're like, yeah, I haven't paid him a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I haven't paid him a lot of money. They really work hard for us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I even $4 million is a good deal for Von Jojo. They pay him that. You know what I'm saying? I pay him for he signs Von Jojo. He pays him for. Whereas Peter's cheap. Peter's a little cheap, obviously. I haven't paid him 3.5 and the 500K. Give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because he's greedy. I'm cheap. I'm like, no, Peter. Peter, if you want to pay him 3.5, you can pay him 3.5. Mel, if you want to pay him 4, pay him 4. Or if you want to pay him 3.5, pay him 3.5. But don't pay him under 3.5, and don't pay him any more than 4. He's not worth any more than that. Von Jojo is not even worth his paycheck for my movie. I'm nice to pay him a lot of money the way he works hard for me. Von Jojo is only worth like 400K for my movie, man. 400, 500K for my movie he's worth. Carl Urban's only worth maybe 750, 800K for my movie. John Boyega's worth $1 million, $1.5 million for my movie. Lee Jamal is worth $2 million for my movie. Vigo is worth maybe $4 million for my movie, 3.8 million, $4 million for my movie. So I'm saying, but I'm overpaying all the actors. That way they all brag how much better my comedies in Hollywood. They work hard for me. I don't do it. You give them a piece of the profits. We give them royalties. Royalty points from the profits, from the film profits. That way they're happy and they're not angry and they work hard for you. Considering they know you're gonna make, I don't know, they know I'm gonna make my $18 million off my movie and merch, $21 million. It doesn't hurt to give them a small tiny piece of the money. $100 million is not $100 million in royalties going towards the actors is not going to hurt you if you make $21 billion. If you think it hurts you, you're just one of those businessmen who are just greedy. You're just greedy and cheap, obviously. $100 million does not affect your $21 billion if you make $21 million. It doesn't affect it at all. But at the same time, you do not let them rip you off. You do not let these Hollywood actors rip you off. If John Boyega's agent wants 10, 50 million, I'm like, guys, he's not even worth my royalties. He's not even worth an $8 million contract. He's only worth like $1.5 million for a movie, but I'm not going to pay him this. But you're pushing it. I'm not going to pay him a $10 million deal for the royalties. He's not worth it. You're getting greedy. I know. You smell blood in the water. I'm not going any higher than $5.5 million for John Boyega. I'm not going any higher than $5.5 million for Von Jojo. I'm not going any higher than 4 for Von Jojo. I'm not going any higher than 8.9 for John Boyega. I'm not going any higher than 4.5 for Carl Urban. So I'm saying Carl Urban is a rising star hybrid beast actor. He's only worth like $3 million. I'm not going to pay him like $6, $7 million. No, I'm paying 4.5. I got to watch for my budget. So I'm saying he doesn't even make this. He makes probably $1 million for The Boys, $1.5 million for The Boys. I'm paying him 4.5. I'm paying him more than what he makes in Hollywood. I'm giving him a nice piece of the royalties. The Sky Source film profit. The Sky Source profits. I'm giving him a nice piece of the royalties. So, sorry. Once I signed all the stars with Mel Gibson, obviously, because Mel Gibson's a boss of the movie, it's good for him to know how much all your actors are making. It's good for Peter to know. It's good for Mel Gibson to know how much all the stars are making, obviously. So it'll be him, me, and it'll be either him and me, obviously, or it'll be him, me, and my wife, depending on what choice I make. And we're gonna assign all the stars. And then my legal advisor and accountant will be in the room with me. My accountant has to be there to keep track of the money and punch in the contracts, obviously. And the legal advisor is there to go over the contract with the actors, with the actors' agents, the actors, and me. Between that way, what? Both parties don't breach the contract. Obviously, both parties don't breach the contract. Obviously. So my legal advisor is responsible for creating the movie contracts for the crewmen and the actors. The Lord of the Rings crewmen or Hobbit crewmen, Seas crewmen. I don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? And the what? And the what? And the actors, the Hollywood actors. The Hollywood actors. The Hollywood actors. Samsara. The Hollywood actors. The Hollywood actors, obviously. Then once I sign all the 12 stars, it's finally going to hit Mel Gibson's mind. He's like, holy shit, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? Ivan, this is the biggest contract ever for entire cast, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, Mel. He's like, holy shit. Your company blows Holly out of the water, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, it blows Holly out of the water. Ivan, all your actors are making their A-lister contracts. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, Mel. You know what I'm saying? Holy shit, man, your company's top notch. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the first day I'll sign the 12 main stars. There's a good what? There's a good 14 major characters in Xenas, and the rest are pretty major and minor ones. So the first day I'll sign the 12 major ones, major supporting and supporting, obviously. And the second day I'll sign the 2 remaining major ones, and then the pretty major ones and the rest of the minor ones. The second day. So the first day is the most important day. That's why I'm signing the majority of the major characters who are going to be featured with me on the magazine. So the 12 actors who I'm signing, the first day, they're going to be the actors who are going to be featured on my magazine ad shoots, featured on my website, the builder from my building, my property, and around the Vancouver city, as well as the Sky Source News magazine. And they're going to be a part of all the news and the interviews. The teleconference interviews are going to be featured on my Sky Source News website. They get interviewed. Whereas the other ones don't get interviewed. So I'll have 12 actors featured. So the actor for Sirius and for Fool, they might not get the $250,000 deal, maybe. I don't know. But Fool's a pretty major character. I want him featured on the posters too. The actor for Sirius and for Fool, I might not have them featured in the posters. So I might not give them the $250,000 deal. We'll see what happens. The actors for Baroness Elizabeth will not be featured either. Elizabeth, those are all pretty major minor characters, obviously. So the first day I'll fly in Yvonne Joje, John Boyega, Digimon Su, Idris Elba, Angela Bassett, Andy Serkis, Ariana Grande, Danielle Minette, Don Cheadle, Carl Urban, obviously the actor for Eritad, and John Rice Davis for the role of Eli. Those are the 12 stars. Those are the 12 main stars. Sirius is just as major as the other actors, obviously, but and for Fool is pretty major. He's a major character. He's a second major antagonist in the story. But I'm gonna fly those guys in second day, obviously. Those are the 12 actors who I'm gonna sign the first day. And I'll sign Yvonne Joje, John Boyega, and Jimon Hansu. Digimon or Jimon Hansu, however you pronounce his name. You sign those 3 actors first as they're the major characters of the movie. So Sarah? They're the major characters of the movie. They're the major characters of the movie, Samsara. They're the major characters of the movie. As you sign those guys, you sign those guys first, and you sign the rest of the actors. And Mel will help me sign all the actors. Because you're a executive producer, you have to have him help you sign all the actors. He's a boss in your movie. It's good for him to know how much the actors are making. So if there's a problem with your check guys during production, let me, my 7 team, and let me, the accountant, not my 7 team, let me, the accountant, or Mel Gibson know. But I recommend it's best you go to the accountant. If there's a problem with your check, just go to my accountant. He'll fix it. He'll fix everything for you. I won't have to worry about actors and crewmen paying their checks because I put money into a super advanced payment system where the money gets wired into your account like a direct deposit. So that's why you gotta pimp out your payment system. That way you don't have to worry about actors playing with their check. The account punches in their check, the term, the day the money goes into the account, and then the system does everything for the account, and all. Fourth year happens, the money gets wired into all the actors and crewmen's account every 2 weeks. The actors get their nice check. Mel Gibson gets his nice check. The crewmen get their nice check every 2 weeks. And that way you don't. And you should get an equal amount every 2 weeks. So the amount of money is divided equally over the 10 months of shooting. So the account just says, okay, this actor John Boyega is getting $8.9 million for the 10 months of shooting, and he does this thing. Okay, the payment bi-weekly, and it's divided equally over the 10 months. And John Boyega gets his equal amount every 2 weeks, and then the 10% goes to the agent, and then you pay this amount of money in taxes. And the system does the taxes for John Boyega, and then the 10% goes to his agent. And John Boyega gets his nice, I don't know, 100. He gets his what? He gets his 100, I don't know, 100 like $30,000 check every 2 weeks. Money that he didn't for Force Awakens, he made probably 15 grand every 2 weeks. John Boyega. He only made, I heard, like $460,000. I heard for Force Awakens. And for Zanes, he gets a fat check, like a $130,000 check every 2 weeks. And so you pay them that kind of money to work hard because they're making a lot of money, man. $130,000 checks. Avon Jody's getting like a $90,000 check every 2 weeks. Fat checks, man. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don Cheadle's getting like almost 200,000, 180,000. You know what I'm saying? Vigo's getting like 180,000 every 2 weeks. And fat check, more than what he made for Lord of the Rings. You pay that kind of money, and they make that kind of money. They're gonna work hard for these actors. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's gonna be so weird because I'm like, holy shit, I'm so fucking boss. Like all these Hollywood actors who I looked up to, I'm paying them their fucking salary because I'm much bigger than them all. They're pretty compared to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying them all their rich fucking salary. Yeah, it's actually funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying all these Hollywood actors their salary, man. I'm feeding them, and I'm funding the thing myself. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, you pay them that kind of money, and you feed them with luxurious buffet. They're gonna work hard for you. These actors. Yeah, not only am I getting a nice check, and I love filming this movie's fun, obviously. You don't have a blast filming the movie, obviously. I even spoil with a luxurious buffet. All you can drink milkshake, soft drink, and like nice food, man. Hamburger sliders, thin crust pizza, fried rice options, and teriyaki meat options, chicken, beef, pork, ribs and wings, barbecue and sweet and sour, and like poutine, and like a huge veggie salad fruit bar. Yeah, chicken balls. Yeah, I'm spoiling them, man. They're gonna work really hard for me. I know what I'm doing. Mel Gibson's like, yeah, Ivan, your company's top notch, Ivan. I can't wait for this movie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's all happy. You know what I'm saying? Shut my camera.